Hi, I'm Gregory Hodgson here at the 2017 Canadian Science Policy Conference. I'm here with Erin Engelhardt, who's the director of the SHAD program at the Carleton University here in Ottawa. Thank you very much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you.
Great to talk to you.
So I'd just like to ask you, what you do as the director of SHAD at Carleton U and what impact that program has.
So for 1 month a year, I get to live in residence at Carleton University with 60 of the brightest, most inspiring high school students in Canada. And the program is 1 month, and we take these students and in the first few days, we establish a community of caring and support so that we can then have them take significant risks to do things they've never done before and address a real world problem and a wicked problem in small pieces as teams. So it's an amazing program. We bring in researchers to speak to them about STEM subjects in all areas of science and math. And we really try and inspire them to become entrepreneurs and to tackle world problems.
That's really an excellent program. Do the students come from primarily the public education system or private schools, a mixture of
They
the
come
two?
from all over Canada, from all walks of life. SHAD is making great efforts to try and get high school students from underserved communities, rural communities, Indigenous communities, because it's really, really important to have all of those voices at the table. We know that diversity makes more creativity, it makes us stronger and smarter. And so we want all of those people, and also those kids in those underserved communities have often never had an opportunity to be at this kind of inspiring program, to be at a university, to learn from world-class researchers. And so for them, it can be an absolutely life-changing experience.
And so, in your experience, then meeting kids from all different, like as you say, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, and different cultures, and different school systems, and different geography, what's your take on the differences between the educational programs here in Canada and I guess the status of the public education system versus private schools?
Yeah, I mean, this is unrelated to SHAD, but my personal experience is that the public education system is really failing our kids. And, I've had interactions with my own kids with 5 different schools in Toronto, the GTA, and also in Ottawa. And the level of math and science that they're teaching is really abysmal. I think teachers are not being trained to teach math, and our kids are not equipped to enter university when they do. We're passing them through math and science in particular, so as not to hurt their egos. And I think that's really doing them a disservice to the future of science in our country.
Yeah, I mean, a background in STEM subjects is going to be, you know, invaluable to them when they get to higher education and when they become the future leaders and the future scientists of Canada. So, what do you think, in terms of policy and science policy, the government of Canada, both provincially and federally, can do to remedy the situation?
I think 10 years ago, the public school system decided to be more inclusive and to ensure that all children succeed in the system. But in doing that, they absolutely lowered their standards, especially in math and science. And that means that children are not learning the material that really they're capable of learning. And I really want to be clear. I think all children have incredible capacity for learning if they're put in the type of environment that enables risk and enables them to fail in a safe place. If we don't judge failure, but we judge by standards to be achieved, I think all children can achieve high standards. And I think that the shift that happened in teaching less science and less math to our children is not helping them, and it's certainly not going to help us in our science policy, and in our advancement of science in the future. So really, we've disabled ourselves for the next generation. I think we really need to strengthen the way we teach math and science in the public school system.
And so, with that in mind, then, what do you think is the greatest value of the Canadian Science Policy Conference to you?
I think this conference brings together multiple stakeholders from education, from science. We all care about the future of our planet, and we all agree that science and research is absolutely critical to understanding how we can live as humans best in the world. And so I think that this conference is very effective at bringing together those stakeholders and trying to come up with solutions to these problems and hopefully help each other try and overcome these challenges.
Well, that's very insightful, and thank you for your discussion and for your time. It was really a pleasure to meet you and to have you here.
It was great to talk to you today.